We have to add one important thing about the 144,000. When we speak about dogma, the first thing is about reincarnation. There is also a different meaning about it, about the word itself, just that you, in the meaning that you go to another heavenly planet and not like as we see it today. But the meaning exists also that some believe like you reincarnate on this planet. Maybe. That's not the important thing for me. Should also not be for you. And for sure other heavenly planets exist, that I know for sure. And life goes on, life eternal. Life eternal. We know it turns on. So you have to understand it a bit that I'm not in perfect condition to show you that, because even when I turn it on the camera it will shoot a beam bullet because of sensory technology, etc. Now, so when we overcome that issue, which is not a big issue because heaven and hell exists as we know it, and also explained in divine science, then the only thing which remains is if Jesus had a soul like we had when he walked on earth. And I would rather say when he walked on earth he had a soul like we had. But the part remains, and those who share Logia Colon can also put a little bit their own opinion into it. Yet the divine vision is what it is, and also symbolic language, etc. So they must study it for themselves, look into it. But I have no problem with that if someone pushes a bit his opinion to it and says, you know, he had the divine vision, he had to go into the second ascension, then was the satellite problem. Okay, I get it. It's also not about weird religiosity because it is explained in divine science, even when I do not fully display it right now. What paradise means, the garden in you, the ecstasy, the joy, etc. But many Christians, general spiritual minded people know that already. What the highest thing represents. And with that said, okay, those people who share it with more people, they get for sure more out of it. Because that means also they show that they fully understand it. And some can receive a little bit anointing in between, like Vishnu or this or that. But about the main thing, it will be about the day. I just call it the day. The sealing and the day. More I do not say right now. There will be many people who will not believe in it. And it depends also how long I stay here. Or as it is written now on Twitter, expect summer end. On the other side, I display very much here, openly. For many people too much. Even the Arcanum. You know how it is. And so when we overcome this little dogmatic issue, which I would say only that thing remains, if you had a soul like we had, then we are fine. And if you ask if you can also put your own, what you have learned a little bit, your own view into it, okay, teach it, additional to it. But will be shared with everyone. It's about the sealing. And I hate the anointing. I hate, how should I explain it? I hate the real anointing with the purified oil, yet still have the stamp from the first ascension. So we stick with it. And some people can go faster up, other not. When I blink. You have it also in some texts, like old Gnostic texts, but the word does not really fit Gnostic. It's just later that they have used this word. But some texts are real. Maybe also some poesy, like also of Solomon. It's also about the stamp. You read also something. With me it's the difference, I have it from my first ascension. It's not gone. And the other second thing with it is that those people who have the satellite and blah 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 have a problem because they will not share it. So we have a clear separation. But it's a separation between those other people and us, those with satellite, etc., and us, and a separation between higher spiritual minded people and lower spiritual minded people. Also that, but you must give everyone a chance. You cannot say this is a sheep and just stay with this or that. No, that's not the way. And with the deed, it's very easy, because to accomplish something, like to receive something, it needs also a deed. With that, we have everything together. Later, another video possible. And so far, I think you get it. You get it. And as I said, very much openly displayed here, even with their calm. But many people, again, will not see it. Maybe 80%, maybe 90%, I don't know. You have to make it easy, because it should be simple, not complicated. Back to simplicity. And so also the end.